G'day guys, your old pal Nick here from the Bulldog Fanatic YouTube channel, and in today's video we are reviewing the Bulldogs round 17 underwhelming flattening loss to the Sydney Swans at the SCG by 35 points. Let's get into it. So the Sydney Swans defeat the Western Bulldogs 13-12-90 to the Western Bulldogs 7-13-55, and the goal kicks for the Bulldogs, well, there weren't many. It was 2 to Artie Jones, 2 to Jordan Croft, and 1 goal each to Riley Sanders, Aaron Norton, and Bailey Dale. So yeah, not a lot of goal kickers to write home about. I guess one thing from this game is Aaron Norton continues his streak. He's kicked a goal in every single game he's played. He's only one of 3 players in the competition to kick a goal in every single game this season. So yeah. That's the only thing to write home about. Aaron Norton's goal streak continues. Yay! He's 27th game. He's kicked at least 1 goal in a game in a row now, so that's pretty good. But yeah, Sydney kicked the first 6 goals of the game, and I knew at quarter time the game was over, which was pretty flattening and disappointing, but oh well, at least kept my expectations low for the rest of the night, which weren't high to begin with anyway, so it's just like, whatever type loss at this point. So yeah, expectations were low heading into the game for me. I just figured after the Swans' bad loss to the Lions the week before, I just figured they'd bounce back strong, and honestly it was a weird game. Like, I honestly thought, of course, the Swans were going to blow the shit out of us, and I thought we were going to lose by 10 plus goals, which didn't happen thankfully, but I did think the score did flatter us quite a bit, to be honest. We probably got a few goals from a few sus free kicks, but still. And also, we couldn't kick straight to save our lives, which didn't help either. But still, yeah. Maybe the Swans took their foot off the gas after quarter time. I'm not sure. It wasn't a typical powerful scoring performance from the Swans that I'm used to this year. But yeah, from our point of view, it's just, we looked lethargic and just lacked any pressure. And we looked slow and second to the contest a lot of the time, especially in that first quarter. And we were just letting Sydney do anything to us. Sydney were just doing anything as well as they pleased, and it was just pretty annoying to watch, but at the same time not surprising. It reminded me a lot of the Adelaide game a few weeks ago. Just Sydney didn't punish us on the scoreboard as much as Adelaide did. So yeah, and there's only probably a handful of players, like I say, that held their head up high, because for my god, I swear 3/4 of the players on Friday night were pretty underwhelming. So yeah, the thing that really disappointed me the most was just the way we lost. I'm not surprised we did lose, and Sydney are a damn good side and are a premiership contender this year, while we're not. It's just the way we started, just very lethargic. Didn't seem like we had any physicality in us. We didn't want to wave the white flag or anything. It was nothing compared to that Hawthorn game in the second half. And I think that what we did against Hawthorn in the second half was clearly an anomaly and not the norm of getting in the opposition's faces and trying to wave the white flag, not cop any bullshit. Trying to defeat, that we have a soft underbelly. But unfortunately, those are true. We do have a soft underbelly. Like, we played soft in the first quarter, or throughout the majority of the game, but especially that first quarter, we were just playing very soft, in my opinion. And from where I was sitting, because I went to the SCG, by the way, which was a great experience, great atmosphere, and it was the first time I ever went to the SCG, and I'll happily go there again. So from where I was sitting, it just didn't look like the boys. The boys had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and it just didn't look like. It was very nonchalant the way they went about it, of how they played, which was pretty discouraging. And you can't be doing that against the Swans. You gotta take it up to them immediately, and that's clearly what we didn't do. That's the mentality side of the game. And now let's talk about strategically and tactics. Tactically, it wasn't a great night for Bevo and how we executed things. First of all, Charlie Curnow. Buku Khamis was on Charlie Curnow in that game in round 7, and Charlie Curnow kicked 7 goals. And Buku Khamis went to Charlie Curnow again on Friday night, and guess what happened? Charlie Curnow kicked 6 goals. Well done, Bevo. A round of applause there. Charlie Curnow only kicked one less goal against us. Well, that's progress, isn't it? In all seriousness, though, I didn't like the matchup initially, and we paid for it. Especially Curnow kicking 3 goals in the first quarter. I knew it was going to be a long night defending, and yeah, it was. We had to switch the matchup. I had to put James O'Donnell on him, and he did a slightly better job, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great either. We probably should have just put Rory Lobb onto him, after quarter time or in the second half. Still, that wasn't the most bizarre strategic thing. The most bizarre thing was having Tim English play fullback in the second half. I don't know what's up with that. Now, don't get me wrong, Grundy's a great ruckman, and Grundy typically destroys English pretty much every time they play each other since English came into the league. But I don't know what that was about. It was really weird. Like, English before the game, or throughout the week, was not training a whole lot. He had a sore back, but Bevo dismissed those claims. It was the reason why English played fullback in the second half. It was just really weird, It was just really weird. I think there's something fishy going on between Tim English and the club right now. But anyways, it was just a really bizarre night from a strategy and tactical point of view. I would say there's one positive from the game, and that was Bailey Dale continuing his excellent form over the last couple of months. He was probably the only player I'd give like a big tick to. He had 32 disposals, 8 marks, 896 metres gained, and he kicked a really nice goal from outside 50 to get our first goal of the evening in the second quarter. So I thought he was really good. He's like the only player I trust in the back line with ball in hand, and he was the only one on Friday night willing to create something and drive and run off half back and willing to take risk and create some overlap and ball movement out of the back half. And he did a pretty good job at that. It's a shame no one else could really do that. So yeah, well done, Bailey Dale. Awesome game from him on what was a pretty crappy night at the SCG. It was a shit night for the forwards. Artie Jones and Jordan Croft did kick 2 each. But outside of that, we had no other real winners in the four-line. Aaron Norton couldn't kick the side of a barn. He dropped quite a few marks he would normally take. He did kick a goal, albeit that was like a gift, and it was like almost point-blank range. Will Lewis. Oh my God, Will Lewis. Oh, he didn't do much, and the best he could do is fall into the ground like a sack of potatoes. He got hit by Nick Blakey in the last quarter in the guts, but in my opinion, he went down way too easily, and he got fined $1,500 for flopping. And the Bulldogs tried to challenge that at the tribunal, and it was unsuccessful. And in my opinion, I think that's correct. Will Lewis, he needs to stop flopping for free kicks, man. It's getting really tiresome, It's getting really tiresome. If you're going to do that and not do anything else, then I don't really want you in the side. But it's frustrating watching that man, Will Lewis, at the moment. Injuries from the game are Nick Caulfield got concussed in the last quarter after hitting his head on the turf quite hard, so he will be out next week due to being in the HIA protocol, so that's not ideal. Another defender went down. Connor Butterica has done a syndesmosis ankle injury, so he'll be out for almost the rest of the time in the season, which is not good because he's been really good for us. And honestly, outside Ballydale, he's the only player I trust with ball in hand coming out of the back line. So we've lost 2 backmen. That is not ideal, so that's just throwing salt into the wound of what was not a great game from us on Friday night. So yeah, we're going to have to find 2 replacements. Thankfully, Bailey Williams is going to be one of them, because after that bad hamstring injury, Bailey Williams looks like he's going to return this week, which will be fantastic because I've missed him and he's very reliable for us. So at least we'll get some reinforcements back this week against the Eagles. Final thoughts from this game. I'm just glad that was over because it just wasn't fun to watch. I was happy I was at the SCG. I don't regret going there because I've never been to the SCG and had a good time with my friends. So, yeah, atmosphere was awesome, and the experience of being at the SCG for the first time was pretty cool. So I'll happily go there again, but maybe next time, maybe not for the footy, or maybe not for a Bulldogs game. We play the Eagles back at Marvel this Sunday, so a lot of pressure on us to win this, because if we want to stay in touch with the top 6, we need to win this game. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'm not keen for it at all. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Sorry for lack of reviews, lack of videos recently. I've just been busy away in Sydney for last weekend, which was pretty cool, so I've been a bit busy there. But back to regular scheduling programming here. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoy the video. Subscribe for more Bulldogs content. And as always, go you mighty Bulldogs. See you next time.